I want you to be sure you get the best estate plan that you can get for your investment. And so I'm going to give you some tips on things to look for or to watch out for when you're hiring an estate planning attorney. Well, the first thing, of course, is to find somebody that has some experience and some knowledge in estate planning. And to find that out, I would ask a few questions about what do they think about probate, or how about the tax situation for estates, some of those kinds of things. If you find somebody that tells you, well, probate isn't so bad, then you'll know you really need to look somewhere else, because it's not bad for attorneys, but it's not really very good for families to settle estates through the probate process. So you want somebody familiar with living trusts, revocable living trust, to help you avoid the probate process. So ask some questions about trusts, and you might want to find out if that attorney is familiar with such things as the Uniform Trust Code. If you want to find out more about the Uniform Trust Code, I'd invite you to go to my other video located on secretsofwealthpreservation.com for the video about Uniform Trust Code. But the attorney should be familiar with that and how laws interact from state to state regarding trusts and regarding probate. And then one of the things you'll want to ask is, what does that fee that he's quoting you include in your estate plan? Does he prepare the trust for you? Does that include the schedule of the assets that are being transferred to the trust? Does the attorney help you transfer those assets? Does he prepare the deed to put your real estate into the trust? I had a client that was in here just yesterday talking about the estate plan they had, and originally they'd gone to an attorney who prepared an estate plan years ago, and the attorney named himself as the personal representative or the executor under the will, and then he did not transfer any of the assets into the trust. What that meant was, when the client died, the attorney was the one that had to transfer the assets. That means it goes through the probate process. So this attorney gets paid to be the personal representative and also to be the attorney preparing the estate planning. So make sure that the assets are going to be titled in the trust name, and that there's a list or a schedule of the trust assets that can be kept up to date as the assets change. And does the plan include such things as a power of attorney, a pour-over will, a living will, a health care power of attorney, a preparation of a deed, transfer letters, and do you get instructions on how to keep your trust current? One of the things that we see the most often is that people don't keep the trust current because when they buy a new house or a new asset, they forget to retitle that in the name of the trust. So you need instructions on how to keep that current. All of these things are very important to ask and to find out about the attorney. Now, I'm asked often, don't I need to have an attorney in the state where I live prepare my estate plan? No, you don't. You can solicit or you can hire an attorney from any state if he's familiar with estate planning. For example, I have estates clients in more than 35 states that have hired me to prepare their estate planning. And so these are some of the things you need to look for and ask for. And of course, it needs to be somebody that you are comfortable with, that you get along well with, and can cooperate with in the estate planning process. And to find out more, you should go to livingtrustdoctor.com.